a teacher, so I don't want to talk when people are talking. Can we listen? Yeah. The main thing is conductors have got a big duty when bringing a choir across for a competition. Firstly, around the song that is prescribed. The competition there is tighter in the sense that each choir has got to be compared against its own performance, and the background being given by the score that has been written by the composer or the arranger. Now, you've got to watch catered, and what are the other tempo changes throughout the song, and how close do you get to those tempi, and how close do you get to the changes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll continue. For example, if you see più mosso, a little more movement. A little more movement. Now, that does not have an actual metronomic indication, but it says to you a little more movement in relation to the speed from which you were performing. Più mosso after an adagio won't be the same as più mosso after an allegro, because it is relative to the previous tempo. That's the first thing. Second thing is, when you train your choir in such a way that the section that is the one I'm talking about, highly competitive, understand that there are other needs that you've got to cover. For example, choir all around acceptable tonal quality. Now, we cannot run away from the fact that our standards are going to be measured against international standards. We are not creating our own standards away from what is being done by the world over. So we look at your tonal quality, we look at how the choir uses the changes in dynamic levels in terms of the tonal quality. And then lastly, when you sing so that you make sense to the listener. If the listener cannot pick up saying, then there's no point in you singing, because music is supposed to be connected to the listener. You are not entertaining yourself as the performer. And therefore, your tempo changes are affecting how you then pronounce certain words, how you rush through certain other sections. And then the second song, before I leave the first one unfortunately was not based within Nigeria or even South Africa for that matter. This is just a point of advice for conductors. When you come to a competition like this one, where there will be choirs from other countries, it's very important and advisable for you to give the adjudicators just a short synopsis of what you are singing about, what the song is about. Sometimes you may find that the choristers are smiling, and yet the song doesn't have anything to do with smiles and happiness. So the conductor has got to write down for the consumption of the adjudicators what the song is about, what the song is saying. And whichever you choose, because it's your own choice, whichever song you choose a song which the choir sings very well. In other words, you've got to be at your best with the song that you've chosen. Unlike where you are forced to do a set piece, there you work very hard to make sure you bring it across. But an on-choice song says, this choir, at any